You know, it really should be Jason up here, and I should be introducing him. I consider myself a very fortunate human being. God has blessed me in many ways, and I deserve none of it. Tonight, I have 3 wonderful children. My 2 beautiful daughters sitting over there at table number 1, Jaquita and Bettina. Why don't you stand? I also have my son Paul. Unfortunately, he's in Washington, a lawyer there, and he couldn't make it back. But representing my extended family is my amazing sister, Meissner. Throughout my career, I've been blessed with so many great clients and represented so many outstanding community groups. Recently, my book, Legal Warriors, was published. $39.95 after the dinner. You'll save the $5 meal. The book, Legal Warriors, though, is not about lawyers. It's about the clients and community groups that I've been privileged to represent. It's about their fights for their rights. For those who have seen my book, you know that I praise those who deserve praise, but I also criticize those who deserve that. And as a lieutenant colonel, I criticize even more. By now, all of us recognize in our community that we have lost hundreds of thousands of people over the past 50 years. We have lost so many businesses. We need people to come to Cleveland. We need immigrants of all kinds. We must welcome all who come here. One very important institution that should be in the forefront of bringing businesses here and of helping immigrants to settle here is our own Cleveland Metropolitan Bar Association. Regrettably, we attorneys in our bar have too often failed in this mission. Because of time limits, I can't give the full indictment of our bar association and us lawyers. But let me give you 2 examples. Some years ago, a local organization sponsored 15 lawyers from Asia who came to Cleveland for a professional visit. The courts, law schools, and local attorneys welcomed them. But our bar association, despite being notified, said nothing. Here's another example. 2 years ago, a great local judge, Marilyn Cassidy, who I predict will be our next mayor, wrote an article about Law Asia. This organization has 26 member countries. It's the world's largest bar association, and the judge wrote an article about her Law Asia experiences when she went to Asia and also to Vietnam. She invited lawyers and the bar to join in reaching out to that organization. Not only did the bar not publish her article, their privilege, but they never even acknowledged receiving it. In fact, she submitted it twice. So, lawyers, tonight I encourage all our attorneys, and how many lawyers do we have here, if you'll admit being a lawyer? How many? Okay. And by the way, I'm a member of the bar and believe in the bar, but I did want to give a little critique tonight, hoping that they'll change their ways, that they'll join with our other community groups like WIN ICC. Where's WIN ICC? Hey, there they are. The ClevelandPeople.com, where are they? Where is Mother Hanson? There you go. Right. And Global Cleveland. Is anybody here from Global Cleveland tonight? Good, good. Okay, I don't have to criticize them. But all is not bad. I want to highlight 3 individuals for the lessons that they teach us about reaching out. The first one, the number 1 person, is Jason Lynn. Years ago, he suffered a terrible accident. You heard about that. He was out on the highway trying to help somebody get their car going in a snowstorm, and somebody smashed into him and threw him 75 feet through the air. Jason survived that, and he wound up in the hospital where he begged the doctors, please leave me with something on my legs. But they took away both his legs, and he has no legs below the waist. I tried to get in touch with Jason as my friend, and it took about 3 weeks, and finally I got a hold of him in the hospital, and I had this conversation. I said, Jason, is that you? And back came this voice, yes, Joe, is that you? I said, yes. And then I asked the most stupid question a lawyer could ask. I said, well, how are you? And I always remember what Jason said. Jason said, well, I'm fine, just a little bit shorter. So over the decades since then, whenever I've encountered bad problems, I remember that phrase, I'm fine, just a little bit shorter. There's a second individual that I'd like to remember tonight. She's already a Hall of Famer, and that's Miss Yawa Ryan. I've been blessed to work with her Friendship Foundation. She established this to reach out and build bridges of friendship between America and Vietnam. She's returned over 40 times on humanitarian missions to Vietnam, and I've been able to accompany her foundation over 30 times. Her foundation has sponsored over 1,000 volunteers to go to that country and carry out humanitarian activities. I must also say that on a personal level, she, assisted by her sister, Tofi Yan. Where's Tofi? She right there? Wait, okay, get up, wave. Okay, Tofi and her sister Yawa have helped some 40 family members to resettle in America, most in Cleveland. And in the past 12 years, if you're pro-life, you're like this, 17 babies have been born to this great family. In fact, Yawa has told Mayor Jackson, Mayor, if you want to repopulate Cleveland, my family is willing to help. A third individual I want to mention is Kamla Wadsworth. How many of you have eaten at the Min-On restaurant on Detroit Avenue? Do you have anybody that's eaten over there? I helped Kamla set up her restaurant in the 1980s. Her other partners wanted to serve only Asian food, but she wanted to serve only Vietnamese food. She had faith in Vietnamese cuisine, and she had faith in Clevelanders, when most Clevelanders couldn't tell a banh xeo from a chai o. At that time, she set up her restaurant, and today it celebrates its 30th birthday. All three of these individuals, Jason, Yawa, and Kamla, were immigrants who chose to come to Cleveland, set up their businesses, and raise their families. They had faith in Cleveland. They had faith in you. It is that faith which we must cultivate. Their lives should inspire all of us. Tonight I'm very proud to be at this inspiring event. We have 520 people here. All of you really are Hall of Famers. So next year, I say to the Hansons, see if you can induct all 520. I do note the Win ISC table is here. I also note our Vietnamese American table is here with their guests. I'll just say their names very quickly. If you could just all stand. Mi Han, Cam Lai K, Yuan Long, Tam Long, Cho Chia, Kim Goldsmith, and her friend Sam Del Rosario, who came all the way from Chicago to be here tonight, Catherine Peanock, and also all of the members of people from the Community Relations Board of Cleveland, including Director Blaine Griffin. Well, you know, it wouldn't be complete if I didn't give a language lesson here to finalize my speech. That's part of being international. So the Vietnamese have a wonderful expression. It's Hen Ga Bai. It's sort of a combination of thank you for coming and please come back. So tonight, I want to teach you that phrase. Being an old teacher in the Cleveland school system, I want all of you to say Hen Ga Bai. Now all together, Hen Ga Bai. All right, you have learned how to say thank you for coming, and we want you back. And that's the end of my speech tonight. Thank you very much.